Top 10 Netflix prison movies to watch in 2023. There are many exciting action movies to watch on Netflix here, and the prison movie genre seems to have some of the best titles. Escape plans, etc. They are simply fascinating. Here are some of the best Netflix prison movies to add to your watch list in 2023. You can watch these titles in order. They are fascinating. Netflix streaming is available worldwide, but you may need to use a VPN to access some of these titles that aren't available in your country or region. The Platform. The Platform is one of the best prison movies on Netflix. It's a Netflix original about a dystopian prison from the future where prisoners are locked in vertical cells and sumptuous food descends from above. The inmates lucky enough to be on top have plenty to eat while the food falls, and those below are starving. This movie has many twists and the action scenes are so real. With a Spanish theme, The Platform is available in Spanish with English subtitles. There are versions dubbed into the language. During the 90 minutes of this thriller, you definitely won't want to miss a single scene. It's a story of power and survival. 13th. 13th is a documentary about the 13th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, which abolished slavery. However, this documentary touches on a qualifying clause regarding its use as a punishment for crimes. 13th features many notable acts including politicians and activists. It's not easy to watch, but it's worth the 100 minutes. Orange is the New Black. Orange is the New Black is a 7-season Netflix prison series based on the memoir by Piper Kerman. In the many seasons, the story revolves around Piper Chapman, Taylor Schilling, and her sentence of at least 15 months. Security prison, convicted of drug offenses. This Netflix prison film is long to watch. There are over 50 episodes to catch up over the 7 seasons. Orange is the New Black takes you through different emotions and states of mind. The Unforgivable. As the name suggests, this prison film is based on a television series of the same name written by Sally Wainwright. Follow the life of Ruth Slater after she is released from prison. He had served his 20-year sentence, but he couldn't get over his past. Upon her release, Ruth begins a search for her estranged little sister, Katie, who was only 5 years old when she was convicted. 7 Prisoners. 7 Prisoners, with a Portuguese theme, is a fictional drama based on a screenplay by Morato and Thana Manteso. The film tells the story of Mateus, an 18-year-old young man who, in search of a good life for himself and his family, got involved in a shady business that he obviously didn't want to afford. Mateus worked for Luca at a junkyard in Sao Paulo along with other guys. Towards the end of the film, Mateus betrays his colleagues. Slave businesses run by so-called businessmen. It's an interesting movie. A 12-Year Night. José Mujica was destined to be his country's future president, but for now he had to fight alongside his fellow Tupamaro political prisoners to survive 12 years of isolation and torture in a government-run prison. In Uruguay. A 12-Year-Old Night is a suspenseful prison film set in 1973 in the state of Uruguay, when it was ruled by a civil-military dictatorship. Inside the World's Toughest Prisons. In the 6 seasons you have about 23 episodes to catch up on. As a prison movie lover, you will definitely love this movie. It is full of action scenes and mesmerizing moments with unexpected twists. The film is all about the journey of investigative journalists through various famous prisons around the world. They became voluntary inmates in different prisons to explore and understand the different lifestyles and cultures lived by convicted inmates. On My Skin. Stefano Cucchi may have died an ugly death, but his death was a breakthrough for his family. On My Skin is an Italian prison film available on Netflix based on the true story of Stefano Cucchi, a 31-year-old man. Surveyor arrested in Rome for drug offense and tortured to death due to police brutality. This movie will delight anyone who loves prison movies. Jailbirds. There is currently only one season available, and everyone who has watched this series is waiting for a second season. Jailbirds has an intriguing plot, so don't miss any scene. It's the story of some imprisoned women fighting each other and the power, authorities, that hold them captive while trying to live their best life. The 6 episodes of at least 38 minutes each are very exciting to watch. First and Last. Your first and last days as a prisoner really seem to be the most memorable days. This film chronicles the lives of inmates at the Gwinnett County Jail in Georgia. He tells about the emotional state of the inmates on their first day in the facility, and his last day to regain freedom. First and Last will get you hooked at some point, and you'd love it if that happened. I Am a Killer. I Am a Murderer is another riveting prison movie available to watch on Netflix. Follow the story of death row prisoners who come to an account of their crimes. Missing a scene featuring never-before-seen footage with unprecedented access to prisons across the United States, I Am a Murderer offers a deep dive into how death row inmates think about their fate. Each episode is about a different prisoner. The Informer. The Informer is a thriller based on the novel 3 Seconds by Rosalind and Hellstrom. An ex-con is recruited by the FBI to take down a drug ring run by the General, New York's most powerful crime lord. But when the drug investigation goes awry, the ex-con must return to prison and continue his undercover work. Now Kozlo must devise a workable plan to escape the law and the General in order to save himself and his family. Doing Hard Time. Nothing is as painful as the death of your child. It gets even more painful when the killers don't get their fair share of what they deserve. Such is the case of Michael, whose 7-year-old son was killed in an argument over a failed drug deal. Michael was even angrier when his son's killers received a light sentence, so he decided to take it upon himself, a decision that landed him in the same prison as his son's killers in revenge. Jailbreak. Being part of the escort team transporting a remarkable inmate could be quite the task. No doubt rival gangs or the boss gang will try to intervene. Jailbreak follows the fate of 4 smart and strong police officers who are escorting a gangster into a maximum security prison, but clashed with the prisoners who were rampaging at KLA, a Cambodian prison. The escort team must now fight their way out to survive while protecting a key witness.